All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time now for the Blue and Gold Show. And it's brought to you by Coast Central Credit Union. Now, your host for the show, John Mad Dog Horner. Hello, John.
What's up, Mike? You get better at that every week. Let me tell you what.
I like to roll that up, man. I like to roll that up and just go bam.
Well, and you're in here with 3 Niner fans, so, I mean, you're kind of cornered a little bit tonight.
Like I said, these boys, they have plenty of time to turn it around. No hope for you. But the Hawks had a good game last night.
Yes, they
won.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, by
thanks for the shank.
40-yard field goal.
I like to say, shank you very much.
If you're going to win games, you might as well find a way to win them, right?
That's right.
Hey,
well, Pete, he was excited. You should have saw him on the side.
Oh, it looked like he won the Super Bowl. He missed it. I loved it.
Well, you got a couple of great guys in here.
Absolutely.
Right now.
Welcome, Warrior fans, to another edition of the Blue and Gold Show, brought to you by Coast Central Credit Union. In the studio today, I have Mike Weiland and Kenji Adam Lee. They are both part of the Del Norte football team. Welcome, fellas. Would you guys like to give your fans a big shout out back at home? I'm sure somebody's up listening to you guys.
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to my parents, my little brother, my aunts and uncles.
See, that's amazing right there. Go ahead, Kenji.
I'm going to give a shout out to my parents and my 3 younger siblings, my grandparents.
Awesome. All right, guys. Del Norte heads east tonight to take on the Trinity Valley Wolves in Weaverville, California. Kickoff is at 5 p.m. for JV. Varsity starts at approximately 7:30. But before we chat about that game, let's look back at last week's homecoming victory, where Del Norte defeated the Fortuna Huskies last week in a non-conference matchup at homecoming by a final score of 29-13. The Warriors led 8-7 at the half before pulling away in the second half. And in the studios today is Del Norte's do-it-all player, Kenji Adam Lee. The guy kicks off, runs the ball, he defends the deep pass. Kenji, my friend, we call your name a lot. What's it like to be all over the field and in on every possession?
It's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool because this is my 3rd year playing football, and just having my buddies helping me, preparing me for each game is pretty exciting.
Well, Kenji, we talked a lot about you like 2 years ago, like you just started playing football. And I think we even mentioned it last year, how you're brand new to the game. And for you to be such an intricate part of not only the kicking game, but you've had some big parts on the defensive side also.
Yeah. When I first played, I didn't know anything. I thought, like, just hit the ball or kick the ball. And it was pretty fun and like pretty curious and interesting in the beginning. So when my buddies taught me, it was like a new thing, a new expression of something. But yeah, I'm having fun.
Cool. And we talk about, I don't want to jinx you or anything, but 23 of 23 on extra points. You've definitely got that part of your game dialed in, Kenji.
Yes. I couldn't do anything without my holder, OJ.
Oh my goodness. OJ's getting props on the radio.
Yeah. Or without my blockers. But I just devote to my team that I make my shots.
I believe the biggest celebration of the year for any kicker in any league was you kicking in the end zone a couple of times when you jumped up like you won a Toyota or something. How much fun do you have out there kicking the ball?
I have a blast kicking out there. I love kicking. I love punting. I love playing football. It's like my sport now.
Well, it's awesome to see you play on all three sides, all 3 facets of the game, and you just do a great job. Fun to watch you out there, and I know we're going to expect good things down the stretch here from you.
Yes, thank you.
Also in the studio this week is one of the Warriors' few backups, Mike Weiland, a reserve on the team that at moments could end up at any possible 6 different positions on the field. Mike, prepping for a game for you must be pretty difficult, not knowing where you might end up at. What does your prep week look like?
So, it all starts on Monday. We go and watch film, weight room. Then we go to practice. Most of my prep work is on scout team. So what we do is we get the starting defense or offense. It goes both ways. And then you run the other team's plays. So this week was Trinity. So this week we took as much of Trinity's playbook as we know. We took it out and we practiced it on our team. we did the same thing last week against Fortuna, and we do it every week. So that's our main focus. That's how I try to get in all my reps.
So it's got to be hard for you at times when you spend the first half of the week learning Trinity's defense, and then sometimes you get thrown in on our defense. Does that kind of help knowing the prep work from the opposite side?
Yeah, it does a little bit, because you just kind of, I don't know, it's weird watching. You can't watch yourself play, and it's sometimes hard to watch the rest of everybody else play. But after a minute, especially Monday's the hardest day, of course, because we don't know it. Tuesday is still a little bit hard, but it's easier. But by the time Thursday rolls around, most of the time you get pretty good at it. And then from there, you kind of, you watch, and you can definitely see how you, I don't know, how do I want to say
the
this?
other team kind of performs and gets used to it. I think it's crucial how your coaching staff prepares your guys' team. I knew back when I played high school football, it wasn't as much about the scout teams and things like that, but you guys take it to a whole nother level. A lot of video you guys watch. And one last question before the break here for each one of you guys. You guys are both seniors. Mike, what's it feel like to be a Warrior here in this community?
It's a great feeling. I've done football 4 years, but one thing that never gets old is running out onto the field, knowing that we're going to put on, whether we win or lose, it'll be a good show for all the fans around Del Norte and anywhere else, wherever else they come from.
Absolutely. You know what? That's the cool thing about Del Norte County is Friday Night Lights is true. Kenji, like you said, third year in football. But you've been around Del Norte community for a little while now. What is it like to be a Del Norte High football player as a senior?
Like Mike said, it's like amazing being a Warrior here because we can show our pride, and like Mikey said, win or lose, we're going to show or bring a good show.
Absolutely. Both of you guys are heart and souls of this Warrior team. Well, let's take a look at some other action around the Del Norte Warrior sports. We got Del Norte Volleyball fell last night to Arcata in 3 sets, falling to 1-2 in Big 5 action, and 8-13 overall. They went to Fortuna on Tuesday and battled 5 sets and came up short. They beat Eureka last week, and then last night, probably the favorite to win the Big 5, they lost to Arcata in 3 straight sets. Next week on the football team's bye week, we will have the volleyball team in, so we'll have a couple of the volleyball players in next week on Friday morning show, and we'll talk a little bit about their season and what they got as they finish up their regular season. Well, we'll be back in just a moment to take a look at tonight's matchup right after these quick messages from our sponsor.
Hi, Crescent City. I'm Robert Machado, manager of Coast Central Credit Union. Do you want free checking? We've got it with e-statements. Coast Central makes it easy and pays higher interest rates too. Plus, we have online banking and mobile banking, competitive loans, retirement planning, and much more. Experience the credit union difference. Personalized service that can't be beat. Come find out why we've been voted best financial institution for so many years. We're located at 660 L Street or visit us at coastccu.org.
Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
It's Mattress Firm's Save Big Sale. Save up to $400. Plus, get 0% APR for 6 years, 0 down, and 0 due-it signing. It's as easy as sign, save, sleep. And get a free adjustable base with any purchase of $699. Don't wait. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. Call 1-866-780-6220 for credit costs and terms. For new accounts, purchase APR is 29.99%. Subject to credit approval. Valid at participating locations only. For offer details, visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
Napa know-how.
Now at Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers, get a $20 prepaid Visa gift card when you buy oil, air, and cabin air filters. Because let's be honest, you probably don't remember the last time you changed them. So buy all 3 filters at your local Napa and get $20 back. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers. Limit 2 prepaid cards per household while supplies last. Offer ends 10/31/19.
Welcome back, Warrior fans. We're here at the Blue and Gold Show here Friday morning as the Warriors hit the road tonight as they travel to Weaverville, California to take on the Trinity Valley Wolves. 5 p.m. JV start time, 7:30 varsity. It's homecoming night for the Wolves in Weaverville, California. Just to give our fans a little idea how big Weaverville is. About the size, probably a little bit smaller than Brookings. Yeah, probably Gold Beach size. So it's a pretty small community we're heading to over on 299. About 45 minutes from Redding is where Weaverville is located. And this Wolves team is struggling, to say the least, looking for its first win in over 2 years. This Wolves team comes into their homecoming game desperate to give their crowd a victory. Mike, how have the Warriors prepared for tonight's battle?
So it all comes back to scout team. We all start on Monday. It's more of a walkthrough day. And we take our, for scout defense, we take an extra couple of guys from JV. We assemble a whole defense. And we obviously set up in the formation of what the Timberwolves would line up as. But we also try our best to get our own mental reps for what we would be doing on our defense when we go in. That's kind of the balance there. But you try your best to try to play like they would run. So you try to run to a spot where you think that their linebackers, corners, whatever it may be, you try to run to a spot they would run.
Absolutely. And let's talk a little bit about their offense. Mike, what are they offensively going to try to do tonight?
I think that they'll try to run in the ball a little bit, but I think they're going to try to pass a decent amount too.
Okay. So you definitely look at this team, and I hear there's some odd fronts up front. They run a power game, sweeps to each side also.
Yeah, they do. There's one lineup they do. We call it heavy.
Heavy, right.
They run a tight end and then an extra lineman on the heavy side. And then they run a center, and they run a guard and a tackle on the...
Just a
guard on the other side, right, Ken?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they just run the guard on the other side. But there's a lot of things that could come from that. There's a dive. There's a sweep out that if they don't like the dive option, or the quarterback can run the ball.
Right, so it's a power one side. We'll see what kind. Pritchett always comes up with funky names when they come in line of scrimmage. But I'll make sure you know it's a heavy set, right?
Yeah,
is that what we're going to go with?
Yeah, the other odd thing they can do is the quarterback can run up around the weak side if he wants to.
Oh, misdirection, go back the other way.
It's definitely an odd one.
Okay, gotcha. All right, Kenji, what does the Warrior defense need to do tonight to get a W on the road? A lot of times when you play on the road like this, especially at homecoming, what does that defense got? What kind of statement they got to make off the get-go?
We'll hit hard and just be there. Make sure they don't make any yards, gain any yards. Just keep pushing back. And
as a kicker, what's your goal tonight, especially when it comes to kickoff and punting? Are there any special assignments when it comes to this Weaverville team?
My goal is just to be, just kick as the same way as I've been kicking and kicking consistent during the whole year, and just
Well, taking a look at the North Coast section rankings going into this week, Encinal is number 1 in the Division 5 rankings. De Anza number 2, and Del Norte number 3, and sneaking up with 3 straight victories is the Eureka Loggers. They're sitting at number 4. Moreau Catholic, the team we beat off the get-go, is number 5, followed by San Marin at 6. Alhambra is 7, Miramonte 8, and Fortuna falls all the way to number 10 with the loss. The Fortuna Huskies, the defending section champions, are now 1-4 in their young season. So Del Norte sitting at number 3. All 3 teams in the top 3 all have 1 loss. Del Norte's schedule is lacking just a little bit. It's not going to go up this week against Trinity. Del Norte is favored by at least 4 touchdowns against Trinity tonight. But anytime we're favored by 4 touchdowns, I could be sitting right here next to 2 boys that could have a lot of runs in the second half. How cool is it to get into the game and start running the ball? Wyland, you even have a touchdown this season.
Yeah, it's really exciting no matter when you get to touch the ball. It doesn't matter if it's a pass or a run or an interception. or you pick it up on a kickoff or kick return. Just any time getting the ball is a really exciting point. I remember Murrow Catholic, and Kenji will too. We thought that we had a fumble, and Luke King picked up the ball, and he was pretty excited. He thought he had himself a forced fumble, but the refs called it dead, or I think it was might have been Petaluma, but he was pretty excited for it. So that just shows that it doesn't matter where you get the ball.
That's right. Kenji, kicker running the ball. It's got to be fun.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to almost done tonight. So tonight, football, 7:30 kickoff, homecoming night for the Trinity Wolves. We're going to get started at about 7:15 on our pregame show, fellas. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
And thank you.
KPOD FM Crescent City, your St. Jude radio station.